working on a few things today. I've got to put in a pesticide for the cabbages and cauliflowers. Got to do some zucchini trimming. I'm going to trim the leaves a little bit there to get that, keep the just to trim the top half of the zucchinis. I'll explain why. And so let's start with the pesticide. Let me show you what I got. So this is what I'm going to be spraying the cabbages and cauliflowers with. It's a BT, and they're to a good size now where I can spray the leaves down to keep the caterpillars away. So I'm gonna do that what you want to do is spray underneath the leaves. Want to get the leaves nice and you want to spray the leaves underneath. Just spray it down a little bit like this. I went in to put the mulch down on this bed as well to keep cool during the hot summer days. Well, it's not summer quite yet, but it's starting to feel like it. You got a lot of hot weather coming here through Maryland, so I'm going to be spraying. Well, I'll be mulching just my cabbage and my tomato plants and my cauliflowers. I'll be putting some mulch down to keep the soil cool, keep the water from drying up from underneath, or keep the soil nice and moist underneath. Keep the soil nice and moist, keep it cool. You want to get all the leaves here like that. I think this is actually a cauliflower. I thought it was a cabbage, but it looks like a cauliflower plant, but so that's okay. So one cauliflower mixed in with the bunch here, and it's looking pretty good as well. So I'm gonna spray underneath the leaves, and I'll do this, repeat this maybe maybe 2-3 times, maybe once a week. Maybe take a look at it and see how much damage if there's any damage, or any worms, any caterpillars around. So maybe could do maybe 2-3 times, maybe once a week. So just spray it down like this. And this is all organic, so it's gonna be okay for you. I mean, it's not gonna be bad for you. Nothing's all organic. Okay. So let's cut some. I'll get my cauliflowers after I get my zucchinis. So I'm gonna cut down the leaves here. Cut them down a little bit. Serves a couple of purposes. One, so that the bees can see the flowers. So that the bees can kind of see the flowers. They're not too hidden. See how the flowers are kind of hidden away. We're cutting the big leaves out of the center. Will reveal the flowers for the bees to find. Plus, it'll keep growing new growth. So it's not gonna. You don't want to cut too much off, but just the middle. So I'll cut this one. This one's broken. We already had one harvest out of here, and it looks like we're gonna have. A lot of zucchini coming out of this one. So leave that big one there. That's the other center is a little bit open now. So that's not bad. So I'm doing a couple more leaves here. Cut away the dead ones too. So I think I'll leave this one. I'll leave these behind. I'll do this one here. And this one looks a little dried up. That's the other center is open. So now, at least the bees can see that. I can cut a lot out of this one here, so I'm gonna do this one. I see a lot of male flowers in this one here. We had one zucchini out of this plant here. But I don't see any more females, any more female flowers. So I'm going to open it up a lot. Give it some more nice air. And it'll regrow. The center will regrow right out again. Let's try this one here. There we go. Now that nicely opened up in the center. So that'd be nice for that. What else I need to cut down here? I think that's it. Yeah, I'll leave that one. Cut this one. I'll clean all this up later. You want to get all your dead leaves out that you can. Leave those laying in there. You might bring in some blight. Okay, that looks pretty good. Also, I have a little frog that's hanging around here, so I was gonna put this on the bottom of my plants to prevent the beetle vine borer. But I'm gonna skip it today because I got a little frog in that corner there. That's just on one of the leaves there, and I don't want to take a chance of getting here and running into this because they could do some harm. So, but I'm gonna skip it. But I usually spray this or sprinkle this right on the bottom of the roots, right here. Usually the bottom right here. Don't try to get the flowers or anything. Usually right here is when I usually sprinkle all the dust on each plant. Don't get the flowers or where the fruit is, because that could be bad for the insects. So I'll do that later on. I'll probably wait until tomorrow, see if he's gone. All right, so let's do the cauliflowers. Okay, same thing here. Spray them out a little bit underneath the leaves. I could put some, I didn't bring it out, but the snail bait, I could throw a little bit, sprinkle a little bit on the bottom here because for the slugs, but I'll do that later. I forgot to bring it out with me. So let's spray these down a little bit. So top. Now this doesn't really kill the insects for say that come on there. It's just if the legs get laid on there and the caterpillars hatch and they start to eat the leaves with the insecticide on it, usually that's when they eat and digest this insecticide, and that's what does them harm and gets rid of them. You have to kind of really just eat the leaves that are coated with this stuff for it to have the effect, you know. So that'll slow them down a little bit. Underneath the leaves, very underneath the leaves. I don't see any eggs anywhere. I do keep these covered all the time too. I have the plastic cover on them all the time. I only take them out sometimes when I need the water. Other than that, they're covered. Underneath. That one's been chewed a little bit, but not bad. And I'm going to show you, I got some shade cloth that I'm going to be putting on the cabbage bed and my cauliflowers. I'll show you how I wrap it around. I already got it ready. All right, I think they're good. Now you see I got mulch on my tomato plants as well. This is going to prevent it's going to keep the bed cool. See how much? And it's going to keep the soil nice and moist. You know, when it gets 90 degrees, it can dry out pretty easily. So I'm just going to keep the mulch in there. When I water, it should retain that moisture a little longer. Keep it nice and cool as well. So let me show you the shade cloth. And today it's going to be about 90 degrees, so I'm going to keep them on today. I'm going to actually give them some shade now, maybe for the hot weather that comes in. But this is a 40% shade cloth. 40% means it's going to prevent 40% of the sunlight to penetrate. And if you're going to get some with the grommets. Should get them with the grommets, and they'll come in handy. But in my case, all I gotta do is just drape it. I'll clip it at the end. And I'm not gonna keep it on all day, just the hot days. Just the days that are gonna be in the 90s, 90-degree days. I'll just drape it like that. I know it looks pretty dark, but this should still get some sunlight. And like it's not gonna be on the entire day, just the hot days that come through here. I'll keep it covered like this. Now it's supposed to be 90 degrees today. So this is gonna help. The sun comes from this direction, so it's gonna shade that plant today, because it's gonna be about mid-90s today as well. So this is going to help them from overheating. It's going to keep the water nice and moist underneath. It's not going to dry up. And it should hopefully prevent them from deciding to go to seed if it gets too hot, you know. And I'm going to do the same with the cabbages here. And I'll do that one later on. Do the same thing here. This bed is completely crumbled. You can see. Not the ideal wood for this, so I'm gonna have to replace this bed. Probably this fall I'll replace that, but completely gone. So I've been kind of holding it together with whatever I can find. So I'm gonna cover this as well today. So thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe if you're a new viewer, and take care, guys.